And 3, 2, 1. Hi.
Hey, fam.
How you guys doing?
Oh my gosh. Welcome back.
Welcome. Francesca, we have a new setup.
We do. Okay.
Yeah.
For those of you who can't see us, we did a new little studio in our house. So we're like facing each other.
I know. It's actually so funny when people like come over to the house and they see like a new setup. They're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh yeah, it's where we film. That's why we're literally like in the middle of our living room, set up like we are on Oprah right
I
now.
know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different, but I like it.
We've never really done like sitting across from each other.
No, I'm usually talking into the camera. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like looking at you.
Are we gonna,
I'm just looking directly at you. Kind of feels
we gonna,
weird.
We're gonna like pay attention to each other more.
Yeah.
Sometimes we both zone out on each other. I've noticed.
Really?
We both do it. Yeah.
That's funny.
But now it's like I'm right here.
I wonder if you're bare feet or you have socks on. I wonder if those are in the shot.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Here are my socks, everyone.
You said no. You said no shoes.
No shoes. I'm in my house, you know? No shoes.
Well, Nick, what are we drinking?
Well, guys, we have a very exciting sponsor today. They are TÖST.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hand me the bottle? Okay, so it is a non-alcoholic beverage company, but they're served in like wine glasses and they're sparkling. We have a rosé. Wine bottles. Yeah, that's what I mean. And they're good. They're tea-based. They're not too sweet. They're sparkling, like I said, and they're really hitting the mark of like it makes you feel like you're having a cocktail without, again, not drinking, you know?
Yeah. So one of our things, I love this because it comes in like a full wine bottle, like a 750 milliliter. It is a sparkling white tea. Ginger and elderberry is the rosé, and then a little cranberry flavor in the original. You guys, it's so good because it kind of has like that bite, but it's not too sweet.
Right.
I'm so excited. My best friend's baby shower is in 2 weeks, and they're like a light pink and like a yellow color. I'm gonna bring a bunch of these. It's gonna look beautiful, and then for my friend who's very pregnant, can like sip on this the whole time, and it's like it's called TÖST. I feel like it's what you would have. It's like the celebratory bubbles.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like they got that down. Like it's chic. It's nice. It's kind of it's a good looking bottle and it tastes good. You know, something that you could have. I think it'll be perfect for the baby shower. I think.
No, I know. I'm going to start drinking it.
Good job.
Except you want to know the first thing Nick said? So like I poured him a glass and he was like, oh, this is so good. He's like, I would like sip this in the morning, like as a drink. And then what did you say?
I said that it would go well with gin. I just think it would pair well because it's kind of like gingery and elderberry and, tea based. I could totally add gin to this.
I'm trying a rosé for the first time. We've only had the regular. So this is the white tea, ginger, and elderberry.
Yeah, I haven't had that yet.
Oh, it's got a little bit more of a bite.
Oh, good.
Here, try it.
Okay, let me try it. I love these. Also, we went and bought champagne flutes. Hi.
Just for them because I was like, I can't drink this out of a wine glass.
Oh, okay. See, that one's less sweet. I think, yeah. Cool. No, so good job, TÖST.
They're super low cal.
Should we do a toast
sugar.
to TÖST?
Yeah, but you need to drink yours and then we'll fill you up the rosé.
Sorry. Let me ASMR. Okay. Thank you. I could also drink these in the morning. Like
No, that's what I said. You were like, I would love this in the morning.
In the morning.
Here,
and
cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that was not good.
That was
I need to hold by the stem. Okay.
Yeah.
These are like crystal glasses. I don't know why that wasn't louder of a cheers.
That wasn't that good. That's okay.
I'm so excited though because my birthday is in 33 days. No, 18 days.
18 days.
I turned 33.
Your favorite number. 33.
It is my favorite number. I've always thought that my 33rd year, my whole life was going to change.
Do you feel like it is?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think there's like just a lot of stuff going on. I just don't even think it's going to like resemble.
That's good. And I feel like everyone has those like numbers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that 2020 was going to be my year.
No, everyone did.
Everyone did.
Everyone was like, this is our year. And then it happened and we were like,
okay, let's do that again.
Also,
you know?
But like also like I'm 33, but if you adjust for COVID, I'm turning 31.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like I'm 33, but me and my best friend were talking about this. Like there's definitely worse years to have had like COVID, like maybe like your senior year of like high school.
I couldn't imagine that.
Like you just didn't get a senior year, you didn't get prom, you didn't get any of that. Like that terrible.
Would be yeah.
So did high schoolers just not go to school for 2 years?
I think a lot of high schoolers and a lot of college kids had to do it on fucking line in their parents' house.
Could you imagine mom
or locked in a dorm.
screaming at me to like sit down and like I just wouldn't. I mean.
No, Francesca, people lived that. And then I also know, Johnny, he was in his last year at Boulder. And so he just, took a couple of years off because of COVID. So that's why he started working at the restaurant because he was like, I'm not going to go to school during COVID.
No, I couldn't imagine that. Well, could you imagine your parents paying college tuition?
Yeah, no,
to not
same
even
tuition.
Be there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, that's outrageous.
Yeah, but that's what they did. And I remember that Johnny telling me that, and I was just like, that's so fucked up. To pay that much money but not even get the college experience. You have to just like sit at home and like do your work.
No, that's like the whole point.
I know.
Of college.
I was literally
in America because I don't think there's like much of a point.
Yeah,
but like it's like you go and just like live in a dorm like with your friends.
Yeah,
but I think. So there's definitely worse things that we could have missed out on. But me and my best friend were thinking about it. We're like, damn, like we were 30 and it's kind of like, okay, you're out of your 20s. You're getting serious about who you want to be, what you want to do with your life. I feel like I lost out on 2 like critical dating years.
Oh.
Like I wanted to like have my first kid by 33.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah,
that's
so there's
fascinating.
2 full years that I just like didn't date people. Like we went to our tiny little mountain town, which we still are here. People are like, oh, you guys are like moving. And I'm like, listen, we were supposed to be here for 3 months.
Yeah, we were.
And it's not like I've dated.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah. So I just felt like me and my best friend and I were talking about how like it really kind of like put us behind
on dating.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know why that blew my mind so much.
I know.
That is mind blowing, right? I don't know.
It's like those are like the years. Like you turn 30.
Yes.
I feel not for everyone, but I feel like women these days, it's kind of around the time where we're like, shit, like if I do want to do the whole marriage baby thing, if that's like your thing, you're kind of like we should like get a move on this. And now I'm like, oh, like I'm going to be 33 and like I'm just like, like, that's why one of the big reasons we want to go to a bigger city.
Yes.
For men to date.
Men. Why are you moving, men?
Truly.
Actually, when I first told people I was going to Colorado, everyone still thinks I live in Denver, like back home in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And people would kind of like slight me and be like, they call it Menver. And I'm like, yeah, sounds great.
Although it just got voted the worst city to date in the United States.
Did it really?
I think it got voted over LA and New York this year. Yeah. I've heard I have really pretty successful friends like in Denver, like girls, and they've told me. So like I don't know if it's gonna help me at all, but they've told me that they've been in the dating scene like 3 Hinge dates a week, and it's still like everyone's really hot and making a lot of money, but it's like they're all like they all moved from their hometowns, they all like got hotter and started making money. So now they just think like they're good. Like the dudes have their dogs. They go up to the mountains on the weekends.
Sorry, I'm just like married to climbing. I don't know. Or going on a hike once a week.
Did I talk about how like one of the last dates I went on, so this man like sat me down.
Wait, I don't know if I know this.
You know this.
Oh, okay.
But we just can't say who it is.
Oh, okay.
No, so he like sat down and started like drilling me. He's like, well, do you ever want to like get married and like have kids? And I was like, yeah, like eventually. And he was like, I mean, you're kind of like, oh, like, you know what I mean? He's like, you're kind of like late on that. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And then he also, while he's the one who asked me on a date. And he's like, I just like don't usually go on dates with girls over 30.
Was it like a play date? Like I don't
exactly. Like if it was I would have known if it was a friend thing. It was not. It was definitely like I want to take you out to dinner. I want to take you out on a date.
Yeah.
And this was the second date, and I was just like, he was like, I mean, so mind you, this man is 38, and he's like,
that's what fucking kills me.
Well, no,
sorry, go on.
Because you know the story that they haven't heard yet is he was like, well, I mean, I probably won't settle down for like 15 years. And he goes, so like,
Yeah.
women in their 30s, it would never work out for me because you need to have kids within the next like 3 to 5 years. And he's like, I don't even want to think about settling down for 15 years. I'm like,
So he was gonna be 45 and then, or 47, and then like meet or date a like 20-year-old.
yeah, like 25 probably. And
Yeah.
I was just like, and then
That's so
he
misogynistic.
was asking me like such personal questions, like, so are you on birth control? I don't know like what people have told you, but this does not make me want to sleep with you. Well, first of all, you've already told me I'm completely out of the question to date. But apparently we're on a date, so I guess I'm like good enough to sleep with for a night. But like, I'm sorry, I'm not like turned on or like think this is like, oh my God, thank you so much for like just like opening up your horizons and like going on a date with a girl over 30.
Oh, what did you say to him like while this is happening? I feel like, okay, hold up. I know that every human does this, like when they're in the moment and something crazy fucked up is happening, that they have to like pretty much think in their mind, like, this is not normal. This is fucking weird. But I feel like women, especially going on dates with straight men, they have to be like constantly like, what the fuck did he just say? Or this isn't real, right? He didn't mean what he just said.
Yeah.
Did he? You know?
Like to my face, I would never
Date
go on
it.
like,
Go on.
I would just usually never do this. No, I'm definitely like constantly, not constantly on dates with men because that's not true. But when I am like around like straight men that say like certain things and I'm just like, this is happening. But like, so you're on a date and you like want it to be fun. You want it to be light. Like you're not going to like, I mean, am I really going to be like, okay, you're a fucking douche and like
cause
up?
a problem or like have like some
which
animosity.
like I could, but then it's like, or I can just like let him feel cool and like, because like
Talk
you just
down to
don't
me.
know if like you're fully into it. So you're like, okay, that was like a douchey comment, but maybe he'll surprise me in an hour, a couple drinks in.
Next round.
Like maybe I'm still like a little into it.
Yeah. I find it weird. Well, I find it just such
remember.
a double standard with like how men treat women about like age. Like men do age, you know? And I know
but it is different.
I do think it's different, but and also like I know that the woman carrying the baby is important, you know, but like old semen is also, it's not as good as young semen.
That some like autism and stuff, and they've linked like other developmental issues with advanced paternal age.
Yeah.
And they think that like there's nothing like, you can be 70 and your sperm is good and you make new sperm. And like, if you have like, a 25-year-old wife, that's not it.
No,
your kid will
probably
still have issues. And I don't know why like people don't know that.
I think they don't want to know that because they are afraid to like, I think it's just misogynistic, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, because why would your sperm be just as healthy, but your body's not, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. I do think that like there is a little bit more responsibility on the woman's like health of the womb and the nutrition and stuff like that.
Well, we're born with all the eggs in our body that we'll ever have. So did you know this? That because you're born with those eggs, that my child has been inside my mother? Because my eggs were formed inside of her.
Wow.
So I think that's why moms have...
Really?
Yes. Yeah, so like my full body and all the eggs that I'm ever going to have in my life...
Oh, that is weird.
...were formed while I was in my mom's stomach.
I don't think I knew that. Yeah, I knew that you had all your eggs, but I guess they just developed later.
You thought they developed later in life?
No, I've never thought about it, actually.
No, so you have them. And so like I think that's why generally I've heard this. I obviously don't know that like moms are really like when their daughter has like a baby, it's like their baby.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's just not the same. If you married a woman and had a baby, it would still be like another woman's baby.
Yeah.
To like your grandparent. Of course, it's still their grandchild. They're obsessed with it. But something about like, I think because like, that baby has like been a part of my mother's body.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like Inception?
Yeah. Francesca, you're blowing my mind this episode. That's 2 and 20 minutes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But also mom always really instilled in me when I like went to high school, like by the time I was in high school and stuff, that we have more responsibility to care for our bodies. Yeah. Because we don't make new sperm every day. So like every drug that I do.
Or heavy metals or whatever.
Yeah. Just anything in your like can affect my eggs. So it's like, don't go doing, we don't really know what those like drugs do, whatever, but like they could affect your future children. And like, do you really want to be doing that?
Yeah.
It's like
crazy.
Yeah. It's not fair. We have all the responsibility.
Meanwhile, I'm a gay man who will not be reproducing, and I'm just, I can just treat my body like a trash can. No, I'm kidding. That's,
Did you know that some moms too, mom was telling me this, like if let's say like something was wrong with like my uterus and like I couldn't carry a baby, that some people's moms do.
yeah.
I was like, Mom, would you carry a baby for me?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like some people's moms do that.
Mhm.
Like if I couldn't have a baby at like 25, mom was only 45.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like not too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mom. Then would you have like 2 moms, or is she still your grandma?
Just your grandma.
I know, but
I've heard
she
of
gave
like
birth to you.
sisters.
Oh, sister. Oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Well, what if you and like a husband needed a surrogate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's weird because you're my sibling. I don't know if that works like that. But a girl can carry her sister's baby.
Yeah.
But it would be another woman's egg. And what I don't know how.
I really don't know. I feel like
I would carry a baby for you and your husband.
Well, thank you.
I really would. But then
that kind of weirds me out.
I know. I feel like it's weird.
I'll just use someone else.
I honestly,
I'll get another girly.
I'm not getting like stretched out for.
No.
Yeah, that's. I take it back.
I mean,
weird.
thank you. I mean, a nice gesture. I'm just kind of like.
No, I feel we're both like gross. Also, yeah, I don't think I'd like voluntarily like do that to my body. I did, in like Overheard New York or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know where, but like I guess like this little boy's like mom was a surrogate, but he was like telling his teachers or something like, "Oh, my mom's pregnant, but it's not my dad's, so we're not keeping it."
Oh.
Like, how would you explain that to a little kid?
Yeah, because she was the surrogate. And
yeah, like, but so it's not her dad.
But
so like they're not keeping the baby. They're giving it to another family.
Wait, I
like,
love that.
Like, what did this kid just tell me?
Can you be like a surrogate for like money?
Are you joking?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do people do that?
It's actually super controversial.
Yeah.
You know, that's only what people do. Oh my gosh, Nick. So
what?
It's actually super controversial because like so you could say that it's so they call it wombs for rent.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
But that's
a great marketing.
No, it's like a bad thing because disadvantaged people, it's almost like, so let's say someone who's poor, like, or doesn't want money, but like Kim Kardashian's going to pay you $200,000 to carry my baby.
Yeah.
So it's like using it, like, I'm not explaining this right, but it's basically this whole moral dilemma that even if you and your husband wanted to and you use a surrogate, and let's say you use someone that's totally, you know, you guys are having a transaction for this amount of money. Will you have our baby for us? But is it putting people in a position to like sell their body for money? Like, should other humans' wombs be for rent?
Yeah. Because it is damaging to or it's just enduring to go for someone to give a baby.
Yeah. You would have to like read more up on it, but trust me, it is like some people like morally, when they see a gay couple have a child, they're like, you are wrong. You are evil. You're like, you know,
what?
Yeah. No, that
gays?
What's the word that I'm trying to look for? Not exploit. Like you're exploiting disadvantaged people because like you're rich and you're just going to like rent their body for a bit, give them some money and, you know, and then take the baby. Yeah. No, people really think this. You're going to
again, this is something I've never thought about. Like gay men exploiting women's bodies for a baby.
Yeah.
But I could see
some people think it's like wrong, like very wrong.
But also gay men can get babies in a million different ways. You know, like
like
adoption.
You said, don't you have like a pact like with some
okay, yeah, no,
like with one of your best friends that she said she would have a baby for you?
My first, last, and only girlfriend, she like wants to have my baby.
Well, no, she just wanted a baby because like you guys are good friends and genes. I'm saying like your other friend who already has a baby.
Oh yeah. She would definitely. Yeah.
She would be your surrogate.
Yeah,
I feel like that would make.
She would give me a baby. I think she'd make me impregnate her though. No, but
she wouldn't. She'd be like, no turkey baster. We're like doing this the real way.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So I have options, to be honest. So I'm not going to be exploiting disenfranchised.
I just don't know if I can see you with a child, but like, I don't know. You kind of give off like gay uncle vibes, the gunkle.
Gay uncle. No. I've kind of I feel more gay uncle, to be honest.
Like, okay, so if I have children, I feel like you will be around a lot because like we're best friends.
But I'm not babysitting.
No, I don't think, but I think you'll want to hang out with them, but then be able to give them back. You're like Francesca, like
get the photo.
Yeah, like exactly. You'll use them for the photos. I feel like you would take them
to the movies.
You were gonna say the bar.
No, I really wasn't. Like to the movies.
Like,
I would take them on field trips, the zoo. No, I mean, it would be like summer camp. But I'm your uncle.
But I feel like the day in, day out of like raising a fucking child, you can't even handle like my dog whining to get out.
No. Well, I can't handle your dog whining because it's a dog. At least like if your baby's whining, like there's a good reason.
Nick,
honestly,
no.
Yeah.
You know, toddlers just have meltdowns there's no good reason.
No, it's
most
like
of the time.
it's developmental though, and like they grow into a human. Dogs, but like just stay
Nick,
that
teenagers
way.
are like annoying as fuck.
No, they're
for no
fucking
reason.
awful. Also, have you? Okay, listen to this. Have you ever been around a toddler that doesn't speak English, or doesn't speak any English language that you speak? They're even more annoying because they just are talking to you the whole time, but they don't understand that you don't speak it. So, for example, in Taiwan, there were these kids that I was around a lot. That they were the kids of some people on this farm that I was working at, and they would love to like play hide and go seek, and like I would do that, but then they were just like constantly talking to me and like asking me questions, but I couldn't. And so then they would try to explain, no, like da 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 and da 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 da. And I'm like, like they're too young to know that I don't speak Taiwanese.
Yeah.
You know, and then this happened to me again in Japan. And I was like, damn, kids are annoying, but even more so if you guys don't speak the same language. And
I never thought about that.
I know that was a first for me.
That's because you and your friend were like dating, like hanging out with these women who had children.
No, I went to Japan and my friend started dating a woman with children, and we like took them to the museum. It was the weirdest time of my life in the world. Actually, y'all, can I tell that story?
Yeah, please, because like I still have like I can't with that.
Y'all, okay, so we were in Kyoto, and I went with my friend, and we were there for a long time, but he loves kids, and he just started dating this woman with kids. And so we kind of like took the kids out, you know, but then the woman, her name was Nanomi, she had a best friend named Shinatsu, okay? And they were both like gorgeous single mothers, and they were young too. Actually, I don't know how old they are because they didn't speak English. And it was like we were using like Google Translate to like chit chat. It was kind of weird. I think they were definitely in their 20s though. And so Chinatsu had kids of her own, and so did Nanomi. And so we would like take the kids places, and like it was just like we're just like taking the kids down the street, you know. And these girls were like in love with him. And then one of the girls started being into me. And then one time we came back to Kyoto because we were flying out of Japan. So we flew out of Kyoto. And so we were like, damn, we don't have a place to stay. And then we were like, we could ask Nanomi and Shinatsu. And so we did. We stayed over at one of their houses. Like we made dinner for them. It was the first time they ever had a man cook for them that wasn't like a chef, you know. And then, like it was really, really weird because at one point, and now again we don't speak English, and so Chinatsu came behind Nanomi and like grabbed her boobs and was like, Niku, that's my name in Japanese, by the way. And she was like, Niku, like you likey. I'm like, oh, I'm like, bro. And I couldn't tell them like, oh, hold up. And then my friend's like, Nick, you need to fuck these girls with me. And I was like, absolutely not. Okay.
It's like, yeah, like this is about to be a fantasy of his. And you were like, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, sort of.
Like this is.
I think it would have been a fantasy of many men. Like having like a 4-way with like 2 beautiful Japanese girls with your best friend. You know, however, I was already like weirded out my entire time, like sort of like with the kids and everything like that. But I had to politely decline.
Yeah,
I had to decline the offer, and then it was really awkward, you know.
So you were staying there, and
and like it's like, I mean, have you ever like denied someone in a different language and like using like Google Translate? It's like, I'm gay. Like and gay wasn't translating. I thought there was a good way to like, I thought like, I just literally GAY, like homosexual in Japanese. You'd think that, nope, they weren't getting it. Or maybe they didn't want to. I don't know. Strange story. Japanese kids.
You were telling me though that she thought like he was gonna stay there, like in Japan, and like be her husband. Like that when you guys got on the plane, it was like,
oh yeah,
like like a whole scene.
I don't know what she thought exactly, but it was a scene, and I'll get into that. But I do want to say though that like, I think in East Asia, or honestly Asia in general, like from the Middle East to India, and a lot in East Asia, like unless you're in like a super, super modern Western like environment, they don't really just sleep around like we do in the West. Like it's very different, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure. And these were modern women. They just were very Eastern, you know? And yeah, so basically like when we got on the flight to Kyoto, or we were going to Taipei at that point, my friend was saying like goodbye, like, and then she was crying like, oh no, like, yeah. And then as we like walked past like the security gates, she was like reaching out and crying. Like you would have thought that he was going away, like World War II is over. He's getting back on the plane back to America. Like it was some forbidden love. And then he's like crying, and we're like walking down the runway into the plane, and he's just like, I'm gonna miss her. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is happening, everyone? Like, man. My friend had only met them for like honestly like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, it was honestly one of the strangest experiences of my life. But I feel like I lived a weird life in Japan. Like I was working construction.
I remember that.
I lived
you
above.
had like a job, and you were there for
I know.
months.
Yeah, I was working construction. My best friend had children, Japanese children. I lived above the bar. That was really fun. Yeah, fucking weird time in my life for sure.
Well, we got off topic.
I know.
Like, what were you even talking about?
But I feel like that was good.
No,
I feel like we got
liked
into it. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, why do we even bother writing the podcast?
Why do we even fucking do it?
I don't know. Here,
I actually had cheers. I actually had a good idea, Francesca. Like, not a good, well, an idea. I don't know if it's a good one. Is like, what if we had like our listeners just like say a random, like gave us a topic and suggestion.
No, Nick, you can have people
talking.
call in to your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the Giggly Squad, like, because Tinks does that, and Giggly Squad now, they're like, the Giggly Squad hotline is opening up. So people can call in. And then Tinks does live ones and then recorded ones. Yeah. So she'll sit and like just do, you know, like if we were to choose a topic, like we're like, okay, dating etiquette. Mm-hmm. And that's more how this podcast goes. But then the other ones, people just call in. They're like, what would you do here? Or talk about this. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
I feel like that could be like our thing. Like we would be really into that.
We hold very strong opinions about like the most ridiculous shit.
What do you think of ginger? Oh, okay. Ginger is the greatest spice.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the person.
No. We have a friend named Ginger, but no, like the spices, because they're so opinionated.
We like about like silly stuff.
Yeah. Well, moving on.
So the next thing we had written down is we were talking about how like I'm not drinking right now, and then how the type of diet that I always go on that always works.
Yes.
Which I haven't done. We were like on our fitness journey, but like you guys
I'm on the fitness journey.
I know, but like I feel like I just kind of kept eating the same. And that for me, it's all eating. I can like work out and it's not like a huge difference for me.
I see what you mean.
But if I don't like, I don't know, for me, my body likes carbs.
Like for you, diet is more important than exercise.
Completely.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So I eat high carb, low fat whenever I want to like get thin, which is like the opposite of keto. Yeah. And it's the opposite of what people normally do.
High carb, low fat.
So it's like potatoes and pasta.
And right now I feel like not pasta, but carbs become so demonized because fat was so demonized in the 80s. And now people are just like, fuck carbs. They make you fat. And I'm like,
I wasn't even trying to do low carb, but I was just like, I've been following a lot more like carnivore influencers. Yeah. And like it's like steak. And lots of like oil and like butter or like raw milk. And you can still eat fruit or whatever. But like, I don't know. My body like thrives being like more vegan and like lots of starchy carbs.
And a lot of those like high quality unprocessed animal products are like very, very high in just nutrients that are like easily absorbable. So I get why people talk about like liver, you know.
Yeah,
But
you guys, I always go so extreme. I was putting fucking liver in my smoothies.
Liver in her smoothies, everyone.
I made liver ice cubes. They're in our freezer.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I was like, what the fuck is that?
But like it just, and I was eating like so healthy and it just like was not working. So I'm back on my high carb, low fat diet.
So you are eating mostly like potatoes, vegetables,
and fruit. But I was telling you how I had this like crazy boss in New York City. She was this like fabulous, like older British woman. So white blonde hair down to her ass. And she was like also crazy about diets and stuff. And she was like, Francesca, I can't do her. I don't know why that was like turning out Russian. I do not want to do an English accent. But she was like, the skinniest I ever got was the champagne diet. And I was like, what's the champagne diet?
What is it?
So she's like, you can eat all the fruit you want and all the champagne you want. That's basically it. So it's actually high carb, low fat. And she was like, oh, it was like the sexiest I've ever been. But she was like, but like it was also the drunkest. Yeah.
I bet like you come into work 9 p.m. some days or 9 a.m. some days and you're just like glowing with like a slight buzz, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, hello.
The TÖST is my champagne right now.
Yeah. Should we do the champagne diet?
Yeah.
I literally would try something like that. I think that would be so much fun.
The Sibs.
What?
The Sibs try the champagne diet. I mean, it's basically what I'm doing, but it's so I'll show you guys before, after. I literally, my body drops weight.
Okay, so how long have you been doing the high carb, low fat?
Right now, 4 days.
And you feel really good?
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is my body just thrives. Mom's going to freak out if I tell her I'm vegan again during Thanksgiving, though.
Oh, yeah. I will say we do put our grandma through a lot of stress with our dietary restrictions because you don't eat gluten. I'm a vegetarian. I was vegan for 5 years. At one point, I wasn't eating cooked food. So we just like, it was all. So if we say like, hey.
That's so not normal. At one point, I just wasn't eating cooked food.
Yeah.
No, Nick and I, so how long? We were vegan.
I was vegan for 5 years.
5?
5. So it was my senior year of high school, pretty much the end of my senior year. No, pretty much most of my senior year of high school into all of college until I went traveling.
I was 3 years.
3 years?
Something like that, yeah. But I was also gluten-free, which makes me like
you can't do that.
Most annoying. Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, it's like, no, I'm just saying like it's really, really hard to do it.
It's hard to do it at restaurants, but it's fine at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like truly not even an issue. I just like have to cook up my own meals.
There were so many times when I was vegan, like literally drinking gin, just being like, I'm so glad alcohol is vegan. You know what I mean? As long as I got this bad boy.
Being a gluten-free person though, like wine, man. Sometimes like if there's like I go to an event and there's nothing I can eat, I'm just like I guess I'm just like drinking wine tonight, which like sometimes ends quite badly.
I've seen you drink your dinner so many times back in the day. Yeah. And it doesn't go well. And as much as you and I can drink, if we don't eat, it fucking sends
it's blackout
us. It's
city.
Literally like it just catapult me across the bar because it's like.
But like drinking like gets rid of your like appetite a lot of times. So I'll be
it kills my
so
appetite.
if I'm at an event or at a dinner with like friends or something like that, you can't just like sit there and start getting hangry. You're like, no, I'm just gonna drink a bottle of wine.
Yeah. I've seen you have like olives in a martini.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Francesca and I were talking that like we have done a lot of crazy diets. Like you say, like why people don't usually say, oh, I wasn't eating cooked food. I did that for 3.5 months.
Yeah.
And
you
like,
went on a banana island.
Yeah.
Tell the people what a banana island is.
So going to Banana Island means you're only eating bananas. Like, and I'll repeat. Yes, I'm only eating bananas.
How long did you do it?
I did the only banana thing probably only for about a month. But actually, my really good friend, she tells me this all the time. We were in college and she said the best Snapchat that she ever got was me. It was just like early in the morning and she got a Snapchat from me and I just opened it, or it was just me in my bed and I slowly like lifted up the camera and started panning up up so you could see like my whole bed and my body. But as I revealed more of my bed, I was just laying in like a bassinet of like 50 bananas around me.
Well, because like the vegan influencers teach you how to get deals on fruit.
Yeah. I was checking banana crates, like the price of banana crates, like it was gas prices. I would call different grocery stores in Albuquerque. This is, again, I was living in New Mexico. Imagine that. And being like, hey, how much is a crate for bananas right now? Oh, it's 49 cents a pound. Okay. So for a whole crate, a whole crate. A whole crate of bananas. Oh, $120. Absolutely. Guys, they have like Sprouts has $120 crates of bananas. And then you line them up by ripeness.
Oh, yeah. That's what they do. It's like the organizing of the fruit on the fruit rack. It's the whole thing. Do you remember Freely the Banana Girl?
Yes, Francesca. How could I forget? Guys.
Some of the vegan influencers like were not okay. Like the original vegan YouTube days of like the 2010s.
2010s? No, 2013 to 2000 to 2010. Sorry,
there was like a small group, but like they would fight. There would be gossip.
There would be like controversial statements that other people wouldn't agree with, and be like
Freely's boyfriend Durian Rider broke up with her because she got Botox.
Oh, because it's not vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Botox comes from botulism spores, which are found in honey.
Botulinum toxin.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it came from jellyfish.
Oh my! I just thought it was found in honey. That's why infants can't have it. Yeah, Google it.
Where's Botox from? I thought it was jellyfish. Someone who's listening, people have told me sometimes when like we can't find a word and we're like, what's the word for like, they're like screaming.
Yeah. Francesca and I couldn't figure out the word of
irrational.
The
What did I said nonsensical.
We were like, what's that word when like it's not like important, but like where you shouldn't, doesn't make sense, but like you are I don't know. Irrational, everyone.
So, it's a drug made from a toxin produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum. And it is the same toxin that causes life-threatening type of food poisoning called botulism. But like it says that the raw material for Botox is manufactured by growing bacteria and purifying it to remove the bacterial substances. Hold on, I lost my place. Okay, I'm grossed out.
I know, and people inject this in their fucking face. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. I really am not judging if you guys use Botox. I'm just saying that it is gross. Like it is a weird toxin that goes into your face.
Quote unquote purify it. But like I'm over here, like Nick, I'm allergic to everything. That's what scares me.
I don't think. Have you ever gotten Botox?
No.
I don't get it. I feel like.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I can't eat nuts, what if I like got something injected that I was allergic to and I was just a psycho?
Yeah,
for 6 months.
Exactly, and I think that's very possible.
I know.
You're very sensitive to things.
I know.
And like. I'm just saying, like, maybe don't inject toxins into your face.
Yeah, like because your body has to filter it through. That's why it goes away every 6 months.
Because it like detoxifies.
Because your like liver detoxes it out. I don't know if I'd want to do that to my liver, but it does look really nice.
Sorta. I mean, I think it can look nice and
everyone in their 30s says Botox.
A lot of people
not
have
everyone,
Botox.
But like,
it's like, that's why I'm not like hating on Botox.
I just need the money for like all those facials and lasers. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I want to get like a
facial. I've never had a facial. I really, I want to get a nice little facial. But no. So we have just done some like crazy stuff with like diets, but I've been a vegetarian my whole life. Have I ever said that on the podcast? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, that's a joke. Just like no.
But like, I got really, when I became a vegetarian, it wasn't really about the animals. But when I became a vegan, it was about the animals, and I wanted to like learn more about it. So it was really interesting because becoming a vegan, I got really into like animal ethics and like, is slaughter ethical? And I like kind of really wrestled with these questions and stuff, which I think was a good journey for me. However, like we were talking about like some of these like vegan influencers that were on like YouTube and stuff, that like some of them are just so tone deaf and just so literally insane
and so dogmatic,
and we're to the point where they are really concerned about like purity, and like it really did kind of become like a religion for a lot of people. And honestly, cult-like, I'm going to say it, you know? And so like, have you ever thought like, if you have, okay.
I feel weird posting on my old food Instagram
because
I was vegan for so long. So like, when I started eating meat again, I mean, 5,000, 10,000 followers just like gone because it was like, and I remember like, Nick, when I was like so vegan and so like in the cult of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone would post a burger, I was like, they're fucking dead to me.
No, Francesca, I thought the same thing.
Or if I saw, like, Nick, when I would like see something on TV about a deli, like in my head, all I saw were like carcasses, almost like human. Like it was just the most horrific, like gross, like gory thing. And I just thought it was so wrong. And I was like, the whole world is brainwashed. And yeah. So like, I almost feel weird. And some people, they've told me, they're like, I still follow you, even though you like eat meat now.
Yeah.
They're like, but that's why I had to change, my name. It's Francesca's Conscious Kitchen. Because even though like I do eat meat, like I try to get it from ethical sources, but it's a whole other.
It really is. We don't feel this way anymore, obviously. I don't eat meat. But like, it's just like really when you see someone that you like really like and they start eating meat again, you kind of feel betrayed. And that's when I started to kind of like, as I stepped away from it, it was like, y'all are kind of, that's not healthy. You guys are being weird. And anyway, I have a fucking story that I want to tell you, Francesca.
Okay, he's been like waiting to tell me this story because something we're trying to do on the podcast, we hang out too much.
I know, yeah.
And so I'm like, I have to like pretend not to know his stories. He was like, I am not telling you this story until the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, back in Albuquerque, when I was vegan, I was working at a farm and growing my own, like I was literally working for a small scale organic produce farm, and it was awesome. And then we would sell the produce at the farmer's market. So you met like a lot of like really conscious people. Like not only is like Albuquerque just kind of that way, but like we just like, I was like in it. Okay. Like people that were like making dresses out of like hemp, and like literally like on the making like that. So like people were like really conscious. And so the vegans were all over the farmer's market, which was really great. Like there was a really good sense of community. And so I met this one guy, I really don't know his name, but he was really muscular, kind of hot, but not, and very serious. And he was like, hey, I'm starting to have like these like animal rights meetups, not like PETA, because PETA also has a very bad name among a lot of most vegans, to be honest. So we were like, okay. And so I like met this guy. I was like, honestly, like, that's awesome. Like, I'll come to like one of the meetings. And so we like met in this like in this community center, and we like he gave this whole like speech on just like pretty much like speciesism, like just because these animals are less intelligent than us doesn't mean that they're less than us, which is like a big thing, which I do agree to a certain extent, And then he went on and talked about his dog, that he kind of started believing this and thinking this way because he had a dog that he named Enigma. And he developed this bond with this dog that he just saw the life in the dog, and that this dog is just as, welcome to be on this earth as any other human. And this is his greatest friend that he's ever had, is this dog. And again, if you guys know me, I don't really like dogs. I think when people talk too much about their dogs, I start getting a little weirded out.
I feel this way about Za.
I know, but like, could you see like Za, like, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like people feel this way about their dogs. Like I get it, but he started kind of going on a little bit too far and just kind of being like, and then he started getting like teary eyed talking about the dog. And like, it was honestly like this man was like on a podium crying about his dog, and then he was like, and then Enigma died. I'm not laughing, but like, and then Enigma died and everything changed for me. And I was like, okay. And he was like, and that's when I vowed to be vegan, because I will live my life for Enigma and realize that like animals deserve rights, and I will do that. And I was like, okay, this is getting like really kind of crazy. And then he pulls out his backpack and he goes, Francesca,
I don't know where this is going.
Francesca, I watched it happen. He pulls out an urn out of his backpack and sets it down. He goes, the day I became vegan, I vowed the day that I cremated an Enigma, I will carry Enigma's ashes with me everywhere I go until I die, and knowing that I am protecting animals every day I live. And everyone is just all sitting there in silence. And I'm sitting here like,
it's a little much.
Mom, can you come pick me up? And I was just so like, okay, I'm just kind of done with the vegans, because it was just so like, Francesca, it was a large urn because it was Great Dane. You know what I mean?
Like how big?
I'm talking like it was the size of like a 2-liter bottle of soda, but it was like big. It was like thick and like ornate, and like he had a big backpack to like make sure it's like.
It's fucked up in my head, and I just thought, what if I got one of Zaz's little paws made into like a lucky rabbit's foot
and just wear it around, like put it in your hair,
Sorry,
like
that's
Kesha.
fucked up.
Zaz looking at us
just
like,
looked right at me like, bitch.
What are you guys talking about over there? Cremating you. Anyway, that's Enigma the dog. And every time I hear the word Enigma, actually, Lady Gaga had a whole tour called Enigma, and I just couldn't stop thinking about the fucking cremated Great Dane.
I can't believe it was so big. I mean, I love Zaz this much, but that's like a little.
It's extreme.
It's extreme.
It's not a little.
You can get
anything.
into,
like
but like. But was I not like a bad vegan?
What do you mean?
Like I lectured everyone.
Yeah.
I talked about it a lot. I was like so brainwashed because I just like was so. I'm not even saying that one way is wrong and one way is right, but I was just like I needed everyone to know that, like,
for sure.
And I feel like that was kind of on the extremism. It is a cult and it is like a religion, and if you speak like in the cult, if you say that you eat honey. Some vegans are like so not okay with that it's like blasphemy, and you have to.
It is blasphemy,
and you get like kicked out of the cult, and then like they attack you.
You get like your V card revoked.
Yes, that's what they call it.
Yeah, the V card, which people in different communities call that something else, but it's like virginity.
Yeah, no,
I
know.
Okay,
what do you mean in different communities? Everyone calls it that.
I was saying, but like if I was around a group of vegan, anyway, but yeah, so like you really can get like points taken away because you thought a certain way or said something, or like, I had a friend that ate ramen noodles and it was just powdered chicken fat. And she was like, well, it's not even meat. It's like powdered.
Like chicken flavor.
And we were all just kind of like, oh, all right, well, kind of weird. But like, obviously it's insane. And like, I'm glad I went through that like as a human being. And I really did learn a lot about like the politics behind like, just purity.
We read a lot of books like Fast Food Nation,
Love that
Food Inc., and like Eating Animals.
Actually, some of the most beautiful speeches I've seen given by people are on like animal ethics. I still think are like amazing. Like I still sort of agree with a lot with like the whole vegetarianism thing. Like I
mean, I think factory farming is wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
When you industrialize it, like it's fucked up. There's a documentary called Death on a Factory Farm, and if you watch that one, you'll be vegan for at least a couple years.
I mean, it's crazy. Like the systems that humans have created that are there to like honestly be so cruel towards animals is insane. I mean, like dolphin stuff.
No, we can't start talking about this. We could all watch like The Cove together. We gotta stop. Man. I never watched that.
Don't watch those.
No.
They're fucking crazy.
Nick, I can't even.
They're gore things. And why were those on the internet? Just like.
It's fucked up. It should all not be allowed.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought a baby shower gift. I'm just saying, I'm on my period. I am super emotional. I bought a baby shower gift to my friend and wrote like a little note for it to show up to their house, and I cried today. Because I was just so happy that she's having a baby.
Here we are. But that's a good segue. We were talking about like vegans and vegan bodybuilders and feeling emotional, but what was that TikTok that you were saying with the steroids? Yeah,
so we had gotten to a whole thing because I was like, are all vegan bodybuilders like on
steroids?
People who are like big like protein like meat eaters are like every vegan bodybuilder is on steroids, but then some of them like swear on their lives that it's like all natural and that like carbs build muscle. I don't know. But I ended up getting on like TikTok, steroid TikTok the other day.
TikTok?
Steroid TikTok.
Roid talk.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
I don't know, but they should.
Oh my God,
I'm going to see how many hashtags are roid talk.
Yeah.
No, so there was this one, and this guy was like, yeah, you know, whenever my boy, like, I always know when my boy's on Tren, which I guess like a major steroid is Trenbolone. They call it TREN. He's like, yeah, I always know when like my boys are on Tren because like I'll see him like a picture of like an ugly girl, and I'll be like, bro, are you like? And he'll be like, yeah, I am on Tren. And he'd be like, well, like cut that out, and be like, no, bro, I can't. And he's like, no, I get it. And I was like, so then I like went down a rabbit hole like hashtag Tren, and because I wanted to know because the comment section, Nick, all of these girls were like, oh my gosh, as soon as my boyfriend got off Tren, he broke up with me. That like for this cycle, like these men get so deeply depressed that like they'll just like start dating like anyone because like they just need like support and they like are crazy, and then they go off of it and they're like, oh, I'm fucking ripped and I don't like need these girls anymore. The amount of girls that were like, oh my gosh, this happened to me, this happened to me, what? This happened to me. And I was like,
okay. It's a steroid that's like really bad for you.
Yeah, but it's known for like the best gains.
Okay.
And sometimes people, and I know a lot about it now. Sometimes people don't have crazy side effects, but like most guys like know that if you take this, you are going to be like the deepest depression. You are going to cry at everything. Wow. You might rip someone's head off if they look at you wrong, and that like. Yeah, like you'll just kind of go away on like you just like need a girl to like be there and care for you.
Ew.
It's like this whole.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
there's all these videos of men like talking on TikTok about like what they did while they were on Tren, because it's like you're not even yourself. Yeah.
You said one of them, they were like, it's not, you don't feel like a superhero, you feel like a supervillain.
Yeah. That too, because you can like get so angry,
freak out,
yeah, and like literally like roid rage.
Should we do it?
It's a real
no,
thing.
I'm kidding.
No, I knew a guy recently that this one of the guys I was dating decided to like try out steroids, and bro, like I get because you have to get these like on the black market.
Yeah, where would you get it?
Okay, so
did you use Bitcoin and get them from like the dark web?
I don't know. He had like a friend who got it. You know this friend, which is funny. But anyway, so he's like, I'm just going to like do a cycle. That's what it's called. Do a cycle.
Oh
and
my God.
I hate that I know all these words now. So, what was I going to say? Okay, a doctor can prescribe you like, think of people on like hormone therapy.
Yeah.
So a doctor can, but obviously not for this. So I don't know where these people are. Are they paying off doctors? Is this made in someone's house? You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So anyway, he decided to do a cycle. He got it from his friends. He like couldn't walk for like
was it Tren?
I don't, I want to ask, but like he's blocked.
Yeah, good. But like
okay, so he did it, but like for him, it just like gave him like pain down his legs.
Did he inject it?
Yeah, so you inject it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if there's pills you can take, but you think steroids you're mostly injecting. But his like injection site turned into like a hard golf ball almost.
Ew.
Like, I thought it was like, yeah. And he was like, I was like, you need to go to
a doctor.
To go to the doctor. And he was like, no, like I literally injected something illegal. I'm like, the doctor doesn't care. Be like, yo, I tried some steroids. He's not going to call the cops.
Was it like an abscess or was it like muscle?
Yeah. No, it was. and he, I mean, I don't know if this particular one like made him super depressed or if he was just freaking out because he thought he was going to lose his leg, but he was like not well.
This is giving like Requiem for a Dream vibes.
Really?
You know?
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, Nick knows I can't handle like
sad,
anything scary, anything
movies.
sad, anything gory.
Yeah.
I basically watch Disney. Disney and reality TV.
Star Wars.
We're watching the new Star Wars right now.
We watch a lot of Star Wars every week.
I'm so excited. I literally just go, Nick, when we're done recording, we can like watch Star Wars.
Because now that the sun sets at 2 p.m.
No, it's 6 p.m. I feel like we're recording the podcast in the middle of the night. We're going to wake our neighbors up.
We live in Alaska. The sun doesn't come out. But also, guys, like where we live, we live at the base of a mountain. So
Mm-hmm.
the sun sets earlier on us because it goes
behind the mountain. So it's right there. So the sun sets at like 3:20 here.
Yeah, it's bad.
Maybe earlier, maybe like 3.
The mountain's called Mount Royal, and I heard people call it the Royal Sunset because it's like
That's cute.
It's kind of like,
but we get it. So
sucks.
like
it's
after 3 p.m. I lose the will to live.
yeah. So we've been watching Star Wars.
It's only been a few days, and I'm like, how I can't do this.
Are we just gonna do this every fucking year for the rest of our lives? We're all gonna complain about how shitty it is that it gets dark.
We decided we should stay on daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Hot take.
It's
I don't
not
even
a hot
think
take.
it's a hot take.
It's literally like, it's just good.
I can't, like, people, like the kids in the school buses, get them flashlights.
No, it
I
has
don't
nothing
know.
to do about that.
Oh, I thought it was like kids.
No, it has like
walking to the school bus in the dark.
Like 1700s farmers milking the cow because they don't have electricity.
I can't do it. Like, we don't even get seasonal depression like up here because it's so sunny that much. But like, I think back to, okay, I still want to spend a lot of time in my future back in New York City. But it would only be if I have enough money to have a place there and go there sometimes. Or maybe I just go there for work. Like if we had like going to interview people for the podcast or filming something.
Would love that.
That is the dream.
Yeah.
But when I used to work there full time in the winter, when you go to work in the morning, it's dark. And when you leave work, it's dark. And like, also like working down in financial where the buildings are so tall, even on like your lunch break, if there happens to be sun, you can't like see it. You have to like go somewhere and like look up, but it's not shining on you because the buildings block it.
Wow.
Yeah. So unless you're like at the tip or somewhere where there's not a building, you're not getting sunshine on your face. You'd have to be on
just
a
like
rooftop.
walk outside.
No.
You know, and that's like one thing with me is like I haven't lived in a not sunny area for a very long time.
I
could
never
never
go back.
2015 was the last time I lived. I lived in China with the very tall buildings and smog. So it's very smoggy. So yeah, I feel like, and then I was living in New Mexico and then I was traveling and now I live in Colorado. So
no, because now it's just like, oh, you just don't have seasonal depression 3 to 4 months a year.
I thankfully don't get seasonal depression. Like I never have.
The most.
Yeah.
I've lost months of my lives to a black hole.
Oh, it's winter. I'm just gonna be sad.
I'm so prone to depression already. There's just I can't like go back to a time where you live somewhere and it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Well, that was a tangent, but we were talking about steroids. Was there any more to say? Basically, just like we did a bunch of research on steroids.
We were.
They didn't become illegal or a controlled substance until 1991.
Yeah. Huh.
Because you were like, why is there a stigma?
Yeah, I was kind of like curious. That's why we were looking this up yesterday as we were downing hot apple cider at this restaurant. We had like 4 glasses each of it. It was hilarious.
You like said such a dad joke. She was like, I had another one. I had like 5. And she goes, are you going to? You go, absolutely not. You go, I have to drive. She like gave a nice giggle. And I was like, wow, was that Nick's first dad joke?
It was a dad joke, but I thought it was like, it was fine. But anyway, yeah, so we were like, because I think like, what is the stigma against steroids? Like, I don't really care if someone's using steroids
to like get huge,
to get big. They look good. Whatever. Maybe, unless they have that horrible back acne that some of those do. I see some of them at Francesca.
What?
Okay, I'll say this. So sometimes, guys, for those of you who don't know, steroids can really fuck with your hormones because you pretty much go through like puberty again because it's like a different type of hormonal change. And some dudes get horrible cystic acne down their shoulders, their back arms, and their entire back.
That's
right.
You know what? This guy had back acne when he was doing it too.
Dude, it's gross. But some are like bad. Francesca,
yeah.
I was at a gay bar at JJ's, and all the men are shirtless. Okay, and there's this one really muscular guy that was like super like good looking and muscular, and I was dancing it. We're shirtless, and I put my arm on his back, and it was like this like crazy like cystic acne, and it like really freaked me out because it was obviously from juicing. Because he was huge. But I was just like, ew.
No, the side effects are like, I mean, there's a crazy long list, but like the typical ones, you can grow breast tissue. It shrinks your balls.
Yeah, it makes your scrotum small.
Yeah. I wonder. Some people have really big ball sacks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're all different. They're all different. It's like, yeah.
Like vulvas.
I like vulvas, I guess. Are they?
Yeah. There's a lot of different types of vaginas. Like, they should teach girls that or like young men. Like, there's it's a rainbow.
Yeah.
I mean, just
genitals
like,
have a
day,
crazy look.
No,
to
like
them.
so different. And like I didn't know
more
that.
than faces.
No, it's
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I did not know. Until there was like this like Instagram that like it was like a nice like feminist Instagram. It did drawings, nice cute little drawings to like teach people that there are a lot of different kinds. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway, so maybe if someone had a big ball sack, would they want to shrink it? Do people? I feel like it's just there. So like, do people care about the ball sack like in the gay community?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you want it big?
It depends. It depends. Some people are really into it. Some people are into like big. Some people like that, like the hang.
Ugh,
some people. But
I don't think girls are into them at all. I can't speak for all women, but I have had a lot of friends over the years. I think if it disappeared tomorrow, we'd be chill with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people would, to be honest.
It just doesn't. But what was I saying? Okay, and then cystic acne.
Yeah.
And deep depression, and then like rage.
3 of my favorite things.
Why would you want to do that to yourself?
Because they want to look muscular. They want to look like
big.
They want to be big Superboy. Superman.
Meanwhile, like we just need to like starve ourselves, and then that's how we.
Men have to go into a deep depression and to grow their muscles, and women have to also go into deep depression and not eat.
Yeah, but I feel like it's fucked because birth control is so linked to depression.
Yeah,
but like women are the ones who are like expected to take it.
Yeah,
but I don't think men would be like, fuck that. I don't want those side effects.
Yeah. I would never do it. I mean, I think the idea of taking steroids is like hilarious to me, but I would never fuck with that like hormonally. I'm too like fluid. You know what I mean? Like I love that I don't like struggle with depression. I don't struggle with like mental illness, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people like don't say. Like of course I have my flaws, but like I don't like have these like illnesses,
unrelatable content.
I know, and so that's why I'm not
gonna.
You see
me? I've struggled with depression my whole life.
Yeah, no, and
like,
I know
bad,
and I have a lot of friends that do too. Specifically women. I feel like it's more.
But you're just like even keeled, and our dad's the same way.
Yeah, I don't have mental illness.
But do you like get high highs?
Yeah, I think I get manias actually.
But I would say like our father like doesn't really get high highs. It doesn't really get low lows. Like he's just like chill.
Our dad is so chill. He's just always the same way. Sometimes
he's always in a good mood. He's always having a good time.
Sometimes for like a week, I feel way happier than normal.
Oh.
And then I'm not. But I don't get sad. I'm just saying it's almost as if I took a little bit of Molly for like a week and then I notice it's gone. Or sometimes I just get it's like really excited and they're almost unnoticeable until I like notice it, And I have heard that is a symptom that could be called a mania.
Like a little bit of like a...
like bipolar symptoms are a spectrum. But like I've never been diagnosed with anything, but
no, because you don't go super high.
It's not like a disorder, but I do notice that I think that I get manic sometimes, a little manic, I think that's the only thing that I could ever think of like, because it is a cycle, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes you feel way worse than you normally do, so I've only noticed that like maybe something.
Isn't it funny though? We like put words to things that like, okay, so that has like a name to it, but maybe humans just are up and down.
Yeah.
It's not like a disorder.
I've always thought like, is it just the moon?
It's probably the moon with you.
It's the moon. But
I think that's like...
I think...
it for this week.
All of our crazy range of topics.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you guys, fam, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys.
Our big announcement this week is that we officially decided we're moving.
100% moving to Denver.
Yeah. If LA works out sooner than that, like we'll go to LA. That's like the plan. But right now the plan is like 3 months in Denver and then LA.
Yeah, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think it would be good, like a good transition. Also, people who move down from 10,000 feet. Speaking of getting in shape,
Yeah,
to sea level, get fat.
they gain weight. Everyone gains weight when you move down from the mountains.
Because when you're up at 10,000 feet, you burn just naturally, just doing nothing, being up here because there's such little oxygen. You burn 1,000 more calories a day ish, depending on like your body. But so just think of all of a sudden like burning 1,000 calories less.
And then you get like more hungry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it also suppresses, it does something with your hunger hormones to where you eat less up here too. So when you go down to sea level, you're hungrier and you're burning 1,000 less calories. And like Denver's like halfway between this and sea level. I think it'll be like good,
to
stone. Like transition instead of just go straight. But yeah, so catch us in bigger cities.
Yeah. Which I'm excited for. So super excited.
Yeah. Well, cheers, guys. Definitely check out TÖST. We are going to tag them and put them in the show notes.
Yes.
But if you want to like, if you know someone that doesn't drink, or if you're not drinking right now and you want like a little something, they're amazing. So thank you so much, TÖST, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we can just keep chit-chatting as our job. So cheers, guys, and we'll see you next week. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, tell your friends.
Tell your friends. That's my favorite one. When people are like, oh, my friend told me about you guys. Cool. Well, thank you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.